Today I'm going to show y'all how to make jalapeno pepper jelly. And so far in my pot I have the 6.5 cups of sugar and the apple cider vinegar. Okay. And then you just want to bring that to a, just heat it up, kind of melt the sugar a little bit. And then we're going to also, once we get that sugar melted a little bit, just give it a stir. And we're just going to heat it up slowly until it's all dissolved. Okay, while we got the sugar cooking, you can see I got my rings and my lids in warm, very, very hot water. Not boiling, but very hot. And also in the canner, I have my jars that are heated. And you don't want to really bring this to a boil, but you just want to kind of dissolve it down. And next we'll be adding the peppers. Okay, now we want to add the peppers that I grinded up. You want a total of 1 cup. And if you like it more spicy, you can add more jalapenos. Actually, the jalapenos I had bought this time, see, this is the ground peppers. I just ground them up in a food chopper or blender or whatever you have. You just want them grind fine. And the jalapenos I bought this time were not spicy at all. So what I did is I added a few serrano peppers. And then I add a little bit of bell peppers. Just, my original recipe had like 3/4 cup of bell peppers. And I'm just trying to get all this liquid out of this cup. My original recipe had 3/4 peppers, bell peppers, and 1/4 jalapenos, and that's how I'm going to write it in the description. But once you make this one time, then you can play around with the pepper ratio, just as long as you have 1 cup total of chopped peppers. Okay, well, we're going to go ahead and cook this now until it comes to a full rolling ball that we can't stir down. Okay, this is the ball you want. You see how it's boiling really hard? And no amount of stirring will get it down. So that's what you want. Okay, and then we're going to turn off the heat and we're going to let it sit for about 5 minutes. Let all this foam go down and that, and it'll just kind of calm down. And then when we come back, we're going to be adding this whole box of Certo. It's got 2 pouches in it, and that's what we're going to be adding, both pouches. Okay, now we're going to be adding our 2 envelopes of Certo liquid pectin, and you just squeeze it out. You can see what it looks like. It's just like a sort of a clear gel. And I usually just roll my envelopes down like this. It's kind of awkward because the camera's at a weird angle for me. But what I normally do is stand them up. I cut the tops ahead of time, and I stand them up in a liquid measuring cup or any kind of heavy cup you have. So you just pour it in there. Just making sure you're getting all the liquid out of there, out the envelopes. Now again, like I said, you can play around with the pepper ratio. I'm Cajun, so I can take a lot of spice. Some people can't, so it all depends on, you know, who you're making it for. After you make the first batch, then you can adjust the ratio. Okay, then I kind of stir this a little bit in. And an optional thing you can add is food coloring. You can add green food coloring to it, about 6 drops, but I didn't get no food coloring. I totally forgot. So, like I said, it's optional. You can leave it out. It'll just be kind of more clearish instead of green. I usually like to put it, but okay. Next, we'll be ladling it into our jars. Okay, now our pepper solution, jelly, whatever is done. So I'm going to try to do this kind of at an awkward angle just so you can see. But all you do is have your jar, jelly jar, whatever size you want. I use half pints, 8 ounces. You can use 4 ounces too. And then I have my canning funnel. Put that in the top of your jar. And you just funnel it in. Now, like I said, I'm not going to like the color of this too much because I did forget the green food coloring, but the taste will be the very same. And you leave about a 1/2 inch of head space, like so. And then I like to take a cloth, towel, paper towel, it doesn't matter. You want to make sure you clean off this rim very well, because I just hold my towel and then turn my jar. And then I take a warm ring out of the pot of water that y'all saw. Place it on there. Place this here. And just fingertip tight. Not very tight at all, just barely. And then I take this jar, and it's going to go back into the canner. And once I get them all back in there, then I'll show y'all. Okay, I realized I think I had filmed the last little bit with, y'all probably couldn't hear me, so I'm going to show y'all another jar, just for in case y'all couldn't. I don't have like an external mic or anything. This is only my first real video, and so I'm learning as I go. And if any of y'all have never made videos, I challenge y'all to make a video, and then I promise you, you won't be quite as critical of other people's videos, because it's not super easy. It takes a lot of different techniques. Okay, so I have the jar here, and I have the same funnel, and I'm going to ladle it same way. And as I was saying before, I'm not going to like the color. I don't like it real clear. I usually like it with a nice green color, but real life happens, and I forgot the food coloring and I didn't have any, so we're going to do it like this. Okay, about a 1/2 inch head space. Same thing with the towel. You want to clean a damp towel and make sure that rim is very clean. No stickies on it, no syrup, nothing that could stop this lid, that lid, you see, from making a good seal when I put it in the water bath. Okay, just fingertip tight. And then I'm going to put this jar in the water bath canner. Okay, I ended up with 7 jars. I got 6 in there, but always leave the last one open. I don't put it in the canner because I'm going to want that to eat. And I'll show y'all in the canner. Okay, there they all are in the canner. Got 6 jars in there, and this is just, for those of you who don't know anything about canning, this is called water bath canning. I have it in my big pressure canner, but I don't have the lid on or anything. And if you don't have a pressure canner or even a water bath canner, if you have a big stock pot, you can use that. And you see how I have that rack under here at the bottom? If you don't have a rack, you can use rings. I've tied together these rings. These rings right here. You can tie them together with bread ties and make you a rack. Or you can just put a towel down there. That works too. I did that for years like that. Okay, so I'm going to bring this up to a boil. And then we are going to bring it to a rolling ball for 15 minutes. To get these canned up. I'll show y'all when I'm finished. Guys, here is the pepper jelly. I got 6 jars, and you can kind of see the color, and it's like a kind of sage green with a clearness to it, with the little flecks of peppers in it, which I like. So I water bath them at a hard ball. There goes a ping. That's the sound we like to hear. water bath them at a hard boil, 15 minutes. And yep, 2 has already pinged, so 4 more left to go. And then I'm going to leave them here. Oh, there goes another ping. I'm going to leave them here pretty much all night, let them cool off. And then I'll remove the rings, wash them real good. Maybe I'll come back and show that to y'all in the morning. And I store all my jars without this ring. So once they're all cooled down, I'll remove the rings, wash them real good. And I do store them without the rings because I don't want them to rust or anything like that. Alright, we'll show y'all whenever I remove the rings.